So whenever I talk about how strong Asta is to other people, they immediately say that he really isn't that great, that he's just lucky that he's a couple anti-magic swords, because he would be nothing without them.
Oh, Asta's just some boy with a sword who's a little fast.
Nah, that ain't it, Chief. Most people who are new to Black Clover, or just have not even seen it or read it, love to downplay the ability of Asta. So my goal today in this video is to convince you that Asta could be a magic knight without having his anti-magic swords. Before we do get into that, guys, please do leave a like and subscribe, as well as turn on notifications to be notified every time I upload a Black Clover video. So this video might be a bit controversial to you. You're probably wondering, how in the hell could Asta be a magic knight without his swords? He barely even got in with his Demon Slayer sword anyways. Well, I'm more so talking about Asta's potential physically. If he doesn't have the sword for the Magic Knight entrance exam, he's likely not going to get in unless if his punch alone is able to break through Seke's bronze magic. But what I mean is that Asta could either lose his swords right now and he'd still be good enough to maintain being a Magic Knight. He would still be a very valuable member of the Black Bull squad. I'm not going to make any crazy claim and say that Asta still could become the Wizard King without his sword or even being a captain. This is just a Magic Knight. So let's first just talk about a Magic Knight's job. Its job is to protect the citizens of the Clover Kingdom. And let's just do a bit of a thought scenario. Goku from Dragon Ball Z. Put him in the Black Clover universe. He has no magic. Despite having no magic, if he was in Black Clover, he would become the Wizard King pretty quickly. He'd be many times faster than the speed of light, and would have insane levels of attack potency. He would not be able to be stopped by any other Magic Knight or Magic Knight Captain. In fact, if you could stack up all the Magic Knight captains against Goku, Goku wouldn't even need to go Super Saiyan, and he'd pretty easily defeat all of them at once. Even Julius Nova Chrono, the Wizard King himself, likely would not be able to do anything to Goku. Goku's already defeated someone who can manipulate time and hit, and Julius, despite being able to manipulate time, might not be fast enough to actually use it on Goku. So this is just showing you an example that someone without magic or anti-magic could become a Magic Knight. Well, Asta, while nowhere near as strong as Goku, is an extremely strong person in Black Clover. The author has showed he is the second strongest person in the series. He's also one of the fastest mages. During the Magic Knight's entrance exam, his own physical speed was on par with people who use high-level magic to assist their speed. That is the beginning of the series Asta. He has only gotten much faster since. Remember Licht's light magic and how it basically is the fastest magic in the entire series? Well, Asta can pretty easily react to that in the manga right now. So I'm going to be talking about some very minor manga spoilers. It won't really spoil any of the story of the manga. It just talks about a feat, something that Asta did. So it won't really have much to do with anything of the actual story. So when Asta is facing off against an evil mage in the manga, this amped mage combines both spatial magic and light magic. He creates a bunch of spatial portals around Asta and then releases that light magic, far faster than Licht's as well, and shoots a bunch of them at him. Asta deflects all of these pretty easily. This is important because this is just Asta doing this naturally, physically. Of course he has ki, but he has no magic assisting his speed. In fact, this feat alone puts Asta as naturally faster, as physically faster than Yami. Yami needed both ki and dark reinforcement magic to be able to deflect Licht's light magic attacks, and Licht's light magic attacks were slower than the ones that Asta had to fight against, and Asta had to fight against a spatial magic mixed with light magic, and yet without any magic, Asta was able to deflect all of these light magic attacks. And if you take into the fact that Asta likely has lesser quality of ki than Yami, that really boosts his physical abilities up even more. And it also kind of shows that it is possible now that Asta is the #1 physical mage now instead of Yami, as that author ranking came a while before this feat, as the author produced this ranking showing that Asta was #2, Yami was #1. That was during the Witch's Forest arc, but there's been a decent amount of time that has passed since then, and it seems that, at least according to this feat, he would be faster. We don't necessarily know about physically stronger yet, though. It makes a lot of sense that Asta would surpass Yami physically, as that would be the main facet of his training. He can only really train physically, except for some minor training with his swords and training with his ki, but his main training is always going to be physically. So he's going to be catching up to Yami. So I've shown you Asta's crazy speed and reaction time, but that's not all he has. He's very strong as well. he was able to punch a high-level mage in Valtos across the cave hundreds of feet back. Now, mages use magic to reinforce their abilities, so it isn't like Asta just punched some frail old dude. He was amplified by magic. We can't determine how tough he really was. What we do know is that just a solid punch was able to take out a mage. No magic, no problem. Not to mention that beginning of the series, Asta can do over 1,000 one-handed stand push-ups. He could likely lift weights in the tons range at least, and that is the beginning of the series Asta. Heck, even recently in the anime, we saw Asta take out a diamond mage, and Asta had both of his arms in slings. Now yes, that mage was caught off guard, but Asta's legs were that strong that he was able to one-shot this diamond mage. Also, Asta carries around the Demon Dweller and Demon Slayer sword like it is nothing. The Wizard King could struggle holding even the Demon Dweller sword, which is lighter than the Demon Slayer sword. Now people do say, oh well, it was taking his magic, but the thing is that immediately Julius was about to drop the sword because of how heavy it was. The effect of the Demon Dweller sword does not take magic that fast. When Veto was stabbed with the Demon Dweller sword, it didn't take like 99% of his mana instantly. It's over time. So Julius would have had a large portion of his magic left when he was holding the sword, and it was that heavy to him. But Asta carries around both of these swords like they're nothing. They're light to him. He is extremely powerful. So we can see that Asta has the strength and speed to be a magic knight, but what about his ability to take hits and keep getting back up? We're talking about durability here. Asta's natural physical durability is actually pretty insane. Not only did he survive part of a mountain falling on top of him against Licht, but in the manga, he was hit with an attack. The same attack, when used prior, had incinerated an entire forest almost immediately. Asta came up virtually unscathed after it had hit him. This was an attack from a fire spirit, and part of it had the power to incinerate an entire forest, and Asta survived this attack. So this gives Asta extremely high power and the three attributes of speed, strength, and durability. All three are essential to becoming a magic knight, and Asta will only get physically faster, stronger, and more durable in the future of this series. Also, Asta has Ki, which enhances his fighting ability, which will only get better as well. So there you have it, guys. This is why I believe that Asta could still be a magic knight without his anti-magic swords. Let me know what you guys think down below. Do you agree or you disagree with me? I'd really be interested to hear your thoughts. Tell me if I'm wrong, tell me if I'm right, tell me if somewhere in the middle. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe and turn on notifications so you're notified every time I upload. Also, join me on Discord and follow me on Twitter. Hope you guys have an amazing day. Plus...